morning. I was asked to speak about stewardship, and the topic of that is generosity. And I'm going to give you a little history. Growing up, I was raised Catholic, last of 6 kids, and I never saw God's generosity growing up. I saw the opposite of that. As the last of 6 kids, we were poor. I was abused, physically, emotionally, and all that good stuff. So I never saw God's generosity. I saw the negativity. When I went to church, I would sit down and I would be like, why am I here? I didn't hear what Father O'Leary at St. Pius Church was preaching, because all I could see was the negativity, the ungenerosity of the God that I knew back then. And I harbored that. I held on to that negativity, that failure to see the generosity that God truly did give me, because even though we were poor, I had a house. Even though we didn't have a lot of food, I had food. Even though I didn't have the best clothes, I had clothes. But I didn't see that as a child. I just saw that I didn't have what you had. I wanted what you had. And because of that, I became angry, and I became resentful. And I never saw the generosity that God or anybody in between there and here gave to me. And with that, I decided that I wasn't going to accept anything. And on January 6, 2009, I got the biggest, most generous gift of God, and that was the gift of acceptance. And in between that time, the child that I was and the 45-year-old woman that I became on January 6, 2009 was a load of unacceptance. And I became an alcoholic, I became an addict, and I was just going to, come hell or high water, I was going to do whatever God, the opposite of whatever God wanted me to do. I was going to work very hard at being unsuccessful in life. Yeah, it was crazy. Everything that God wanted for me, I shot away. I was like, I don't want that. I want what Marty wants, and I'm going to get it the way that I'm going to get it. And all that did was, I was digging my own grave. And then the most generous gift God gave me was the gift of sobriety. And what happened was, I was living out in Queen Creek. Queen Creek. And I was in a 3-day blackout on Xanax. And we talk about the burning bush. That's when I had my burning bush experience. I drove in an absolute blackout state from Queen Creek into Central Phoenix, and I found a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, and that's when my life began. That's when I got the gift. The most generous gift that God could give me was the gift of accepting who I was, a woman, a lesbian, and by golly, a beautiful child of God.
Amen.
That was the gift that I got, and God has been generous to me ever since, and I found the woman that I love. I've been given 2 beautiful grandchildren who have never seen Nana drunk or high. I've got a daughter who believes in me, who calls me up now and says, Mom, I need your advice. God is generous. God has given more to me than I've ever given to God. But that's changing. I now will do when somebody says, Marty, will you do? I say yes, I don't say no. They say I said, what can I do? I got the request to come up here and talk. I didn't even hesitate. I said yes, because that's what I do now. Because God has given to me, and I'm willing to give back. Please join me. Holy God, we thank you for the good things in our lives.